In the quaint village of Alderton, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived a cat named Grimalkin. By day, Grimalkin was an ordinary feline, with sleek black fur and piercing green eyes, but by night he transformed into a spectral figure that prowled the village, leaving a trail of eerie whispers and unsettling laughter. Grimalkin's home was an old, ivy-covered mansion at the edge of the village, long abandoned by its previous owners. The mansion's crumbling walls and creaky floors were the perfect setting for Grimalkin's nightly escapades, and the villagers often spoke of ghostly sightings and mysterious happenings around the house. One sunny afternoon, as the village children played near the mansion, Grimalkin watched from a high window, his eyes glinting with mischief. He decided to have some fun, and with a flick of his tail, he sent a gust of wind through the open window, scattering the children's toys and sending them into a fit of giggles. The children, unaware of the ghostly cat's presence, laughed and chased after their toys, their laughter echoing through the empty halls of the mansion. Grimalkin, hidden in the shadows, purred with satisfaction at the playful chaos he had caused. But as night fell, Grimalkin's playful side gave way to his more sinister nature. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and his fur seemed to shimmer with an ethereal glow. As he roamed the village, his presence marked by a chilling breeze and faint, eerie laughter. One night, a young girl named Emily, curious about the tales of the ghostly cat, decided to venture out to the mansion. She had heard the stories from the village elders and wanted to see if there was any truth to the legends. As Emily approached the mansion, she felt a chill run down her spine, but her curiosity outweighed her fear. Grimalkin, sensing her presence, decided to play a little prank on the brave girl. With a swift, silent movement, Grimalkin knocked over a stack of old books in the mansion's library, sending a cloud of dust into the air. Emily jumped at the sudden noise, but instead of running away, she giggled nervously, amused by the seemingly harmless prank. Grimalkin, intrigued by Emily's reaction, decided to reveal himself. He emerged from the shadows, his eyes glowing softly, and sat before Emily, his tail flicking with curiosity. To his surprise, Emily wasn't afraid. She reached out to pet him, her hand passing through his spectral form, and laughed with delight. Grimalkin, feeling a strange warmth in his ghostly heart, purred softly, enjoying the rare moment of companionship. The two spent the night exploring the mansion, with Grimalkin showing Emily his favorite hiding spots and secret passages. For the first time in a long while, Grimalkin felt a sense of joy that transcended his ghostly existence. As dawn approached, Emily had to leave, promising to visit Grimalkin again. The ghostly cat watched her disappear into the morning mist, feeling a deep sadness as the mansion grew silent and empty once more. Days turned into weeks, and Emily's visits became less frequent. Grimalkin's playful pranks turned into lonely wanderings through the empty halls of the mansion, his heart heavy with the weight of solitude. One day, a group of villagers decided to investigate the mansion, determined to uncover the source of the ghostly tales. They found Grimalkin's den and the remnants of his playful antics, and felt a mix of fear and curiosity. To their surprise, Grimalkin greeted them with a soft meow and a flick of his tail. He showed them his favorite hiding spots and the tricks he had played on the villagers, his eyes sparkling with a mix of mischief and sadness. As the villagers watched, they couldn't help but laugh at Grimalkin's antics. The mansion, once again, echoed with laughter, but beneath it lay an undercurrent of sorrow, as Grimalkin felt a pang of nostalgia for the days when Emily's visits brought him joy. The villagers' laughter brought a bittersweet smile to Grimalkin's face. It was a reminder that even in his ghostly form, there was still a part of him that craved connection and happiness. As night fell, Grimalkin lay alone in his den, reflecting on the day's events. The laughter of the villagers echoed in his mind, mingling with the haunting howls that were his constant companions. The contrast between Grimalkin's playful antics and his solitary sorrow created a complex tapestry of emotions. In the mansion's deep darkness, Grimalkin remained a figure of both fear and fun, a creature caught between light and shadow. With each passing night, Grimalkin continued his dual existence, spreading fear with his ghostly presence and seeking solace in the rare moments of joy. His tale became a legend in Alderton, a story of a cat who was as much a source of horror as he was of heartwarming laughter. And so, the village lived on, with its haunted tales and happy echoes. Grimalkin the cat remained a symbol of the duality of existence, a reminder that even in the darkest places, there is always room for a touch of light and a dash of humor. Days in Alderton grew shorter as autumn leaves painted the village in hues of gold and crimson. Grimalkin roamed the mansion's corridors, his spectral form weaving between shadows, each night a blend of mischief and melancholy. One crisp evening, Emily returned to the mansion, this time with her younger brother, Tom. She had told Tom about her ghostly friend, and his eyes sparkled with excitement and a hint of fear as they approached the old house. Grimalkin, sensing their arrival, prepared a little surprise. As they entered the grand hallway, he flicked his tail, causing a chandelier to sway and cast dancing shadows on the walls. Tom gasped, clutching Emily's hand tightly, but when Grimalkin appeared with a friendly meow, his fear melted into laughter. The ghostly cat led the siblings through the mansion, showing them hidden nooks and forgotten treasures. In one dusty attic corner, they found an old, worn-out toy chest. Grimalkin pulled it open, revealing a collection of ancient, yet charming, toys that brought a smile to Tom's face. They spent hours playing, their laughter echoing through the mansion. Grimalkin felt a warmth in his ghostly heart, cherishing these rare moments of happiness. As night deepened, the children grew sleepy, and Grimalkin guided them back to the village edge. Emily and Tom waved goodbye, promising to return soon, leaving Grimalkin to his silent mansion once more. Winter came, blanketing Alderton in snow, and the village became a scene from a fairy tale. Grimalkin watched from his window, his breath forming frosty patterns on the glass, as children played in the snow. Emily and Tom, bundled in coats and scarves, visited less frequently, their time taken up by winter festivities. Grimalkin missed their laughter, the mansion feeling colder and more desolate with each passing day. One particularly harsh night, Grimalkin heard a faint cry from the village. Curiosity piqued. He ventured out into the snow, his spectral form gliding silently over the icy ground. He found a small kitten, shivering and alone, lost in the blizzard. Grimalkin, despite his ghostly nature, felt a pang of sympathy and nudged the kitten gently, guiding it back to the mansion. The kitten, whom Grimalkin named Snowdrop, quickly became his companion. They explored the mansion together, Snowdrop's playful antics bringing a new kind of joy to Grimalkin's ghostly existence. Snowdrop's presence filled the mansion with a warmth Grimalkin had long forgotten. They spent their days playing hide and seek among the cobwebs and exploring the mansion's many secrets. One day, as they explored the dusty library, Snowdrop knocked over an old book. Grimalkin's curiosity got the better of him, and he pulled it open, revealing a journal written by the mansion's previous owner. The journal told the story of a young girl named Lila, who had once lived in the mansion. Lila loved cats and had a special bond with a black cat named Midnight, who mysteriously disappeared one stormy night. Grimalkin realized that he was Midnight, and his ghostly form was the result of Lila's unending search for him. Her love had bound him to the mansion, and he had remained ever since, caught between the past and the present. The discovery brought a mix of sadness and clarity to Grimalkin. He now understood his purpose and the reason for his spectral existence, and he was determined to honor Lila's memory. As winter melted into spring, Emily and Tom returned to the mansion, eager to share their adventures with Grimalkin. They were delighted to meet Snowdrop and listened intently as Grimalkin, through a series of meows and gestures, conveyed the story of Lila and Midnight. The children, moved by the tale, decided to help Grimalkin find peace. They brought flowers to the mansion, creating a small memorial for Lila and Midnight, hoping it would bring closure to their ghostly friend. Grimalkin felt a sense of peace as he watched the children place the flowers. The mansion seemed to sigh with relief, the weight of years of sorrow lifting ever so slightly. As night fell, Grimalkin's ghostly glow softened, and for the first time, he felt a flicker of hope. The children's kindness had bridged the gap between his spectral world and theirs, bringing a touch of light to his existence. Months passed, and the mansion became a place of quiet reflection and gentle laughter. Emily, Tom, and Snowdrop continued to visit Grimalkin, their bond growing stronger with each visit. Grimalkin's pranks became less about mischief and more about joy, his laughter a soothing presence in the old mansion. He found comfort in the companionship of his friends, and the mansion felt more like a home than it ever had before. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and pink, Grimalkin felt a strange sensation. The air around him shimmered, and he saw a faint, ghostly figure of a young girl with a warm smile. It was Lila, her spirit finally free, come to thank Grimalkin for his loyalty and love. She embraced him, and for a moment, Grimalkin felt the warmth of life once more. Lila's presence filled the mansion with a radiant light, casting away the shadows and bringing a sense of peace. She told Grimalkin that it was time for him to move on, to join her in the afterlife where they could be together again. Grimalkin hesitated, looking at Emily, Tom, and Snowdrop. They had given him so much, and he didn't want to leave them behind. Lila assured him that his friends would understand, and that they would always carry his memory in their hearts. With a final, loving glance at his companions, Grimalkin took Lila's hand, and together they ascended into the light. The mansion, now filled with the lingering warmth of Grimalkin's spirit, became a place of remembrance and love. Emily, Tom, and Snowdrop continued to visit, cherishing the memories of their ghostly friend and the lessons he had taught them about love and loyalty. In Alderton, the tale of Grimalkin the ghostly cat became a legend, a story told to children on cold winter nights. It was a story of a cat who brought laughter and light to a haunted mansion, a reminder that even in the darkest places, there is always room for a touch of love and a dash of humor. And so, the village lived on, with its haunted tales and happy echoes. Grimalkin's spirit remained a symbol of the duality of existence, a reminder that even in the afterlife, connections forged in love and friendship can transcend time and space. Days turned into weeks, and Grimalkin's absence was keenly felt by Emily, Tom, and Snowdrop. They often gathered at the mansion, sharing stories and memories of their spectral friend, keeping his spirit alive in their hearts. One day, while exploring the mansion's basement, Emily stumbled upon an old, dusty painting. The painting depicted a young girl and a black cat, confirming the bond between Lila and Grimalkin. The painting's discovery brought a new sense of connection to the children. They decided to restore it, hoping to honor Grimalkin and Lila's memory in a tangible way. As they worked on the painting, Snowdrop played around their feet, her playful antics bringing laughter to the somber task. The restoration process became a labor of love, each stroke of the brush filled with fond memories. The villagers, hearing of the children's project, offered to help. Alderton came together, bringing supplies and offering their skills to restore the mansion to its former glory. Grimalkin's mansion became a community project, a symbol of unity and remembrance. The once haunted house was now filled with the bustling activity of friends and neighbors. Emily and Tom, with Snowdrop's playful assistance, led the efforts, their dedication inspiring everyone involved. The mansion's transformation was a testament to the enduring power of love and friendship. As the restoration neared completion, the children unveiled the finished painting. It was hung in the mansion's grand hallway, a beautiful tribute to Lila and Grimalkin's enduring bond. The villagers held a celebration, filling the mansion with laughter and joy. The echoes of Grimalkin's ghostly pranks seemed to blend with the sounds of happiness, creating a sense of harmony. Snowdrop, sensing the importance of the occasion, pranced around with a ribbon tied to her tail. Her antics brought smiles and laughter, a fitting tribute to Grimalkin's playful spirit. The mansion, now a place of light and laughter, became a gathering spot for the village. Emily and Tom, along with Snowdrop, spent many happy hours there, sharing stories and making new memories. Grimalkin's presence, though no longer visible, was felt in every corner of the mansion. His legacy of love and laughter lived on through the people who had come to cherish him. One summer evening, as the sun set in a golden glow, Emily and Tom sat on the mansion's porch with Snowdrop. They reminisced about their adventures with Grimalkin, their hearts filled with a mix of joy and longing. A soft breeze rustled the leaves, and for a moment, they felt a familiar warmth. It was as if Grimalkin was there, sharing the moment with them, his spirit forever intertwined with theirs. The mansion, once a place of fear and sorrow, had become a symbol of hope and resilience. Grimalkin's story was now a cherished part of Alderton's history, a reminder that even in the darkest times, love can light the way. As the years passed, the children grew, and Snowdrop became a beloved fixture of the village. Grimalkin's tale was passed down through generations, a legend that continued to inspire and bring people together. Alderton thrived, its community strengthened by the bonds forged through Grimalkin's legacy. The mansion, lovingly maintained, stood as a beacon of unity and remembrance. On quiet nights, when the moon was full and the village was still, some claimed to hear the faint sound of a cat's purr. It was said that Grimalkin's spirit still roamed the mansion, watching over those he loved. Emily and Tom, now adults, often visited the mansion with their own children. They shared the story of Grimalkin, ensuring that his memory lived on in the hearts of the next generation. Snowdrop, though older, remained as playful as ever. Her presence was a constant reminder of the joy and love that Grimalkin had brought into their lives. The mansion, filled with laughter and love, stood as a testament to the power of friendship and the enduring spirit of a ghostly cat. Grimalkin's tale, woven into the fabric of Alderton, was a story of love, laughter, and the enduring power of memory. And so, the village of Alderton continued to thrive, its people united by the story of Grimalkin the ghostly cat. His legacy of love and laughter lived on, a shining light in the hearts of those who remembered him. As time went on, the mansion became a cherished landmark in Alderton, drawing visitors from neighboring villages. Emily and Tom, now the keepers of Grimalkin's legacy, often gave tours, sharing the rich history and spectral tales with newcomers. One day, a mysterious woman named Clara arrived in the village. She claimed to be a distant relative of Lila and had come to learn more about the mansion and its ghostly inhabitant. Clara's arrival intrigued the villagers, and she quickly became a frequent visitor to the mansion. She spent hours talking to Emily and Tom, eager to piece together her family's history. Grimalkin, sensing a connection with Clara, appeared more frequently during her visits. His ghostly form seemed to flicker with recognition, and he often sat by her side as she read old family journals. Clara's research uncovered more details about Lila and Midnight's bond. She discovered letters and diary entries that painted a vivid picture of their life together, filled with love and companionship. One evening, as Clara sat in the mansion's library, she felt a chill in the air. Grimalkin appeared beside her, his eyes glowing softly, and for a moment, she felt as if she could see Lila's spirit too. Clara spoke to Grimalkin, sharing stories of Lila's life and her own journey to find her roots. Grimalkin listened intently, his presence a comforting shadow as Clara connected the past with the present. The bond between Clara and Grimalkin grew stronger with each visit. The villagers noticed how the mansion seemed to radiate a warm, welcoming energy whenever Clara was around. Snowdrop, ever the playful companion, took a liking to Clara as well. She often curled up in Clara's lap, purring contentedly as they spent hours immersed in old stories. One rainy afternoon, Clara found an old music box in the attic. When she wound it up, a hauntingly beautiful melody filled the mansion, echoing through its halls and bringing a sense of nostalgia. Grimalkin's eyes glowed brighter at the sound of the music box. The melody seemed to stir memories of his time with Lila, and he purred softly, a ghostly echo of his past life. Clara decided to hold a gathering to share her discoveries with the village. She invited everyone to the mansion for an evening of stories, music, and remembrance. The villagers gathered in the mansion's grand hall, where Clara had set up a display of Lila's letters, photos, and other mementos. The music box played softly in the background, setting a poignant mood. As Clara shared Lila's story, Grimalkin appeared, his ghostly form shimmering in the candlelight. The villagers watched in awe, feeling the presence of the past blending with the present. Emily and Tom, standing beside Clara, felt a deep sense of connection and fulfillment. They had helped preserve Grimalkin's legacy and were now witnessing the healing power of shared history. Snowdrop, sensing the significance of the moment, sat quietly by Grimalkin's side. Her eyes sparkled with understanding, as if she too grasped the importance of the gathering. The evening was filled with laughter, tears, and heartfelt stories. The villagers shared their own encounters with Grimalkin, creating a tapestry of memories that bound them together. As the night drew to a close, Clara thanked everyone for their support and love. She promised to continue her research and keep the memory of Lila and Grimalkin alive for future generations. Grimalkin, feeling a sense of peace and fulfillment, watched over the gathering with a gentle purr. His ghostly form seemed to shimmer with contentment, knowing that his story would live on. The mansion, now filled with the warmth of shared memories, stood as a beacon of hope and unity. Grimalkin's tale, once a source of fear and sorrow, had become a legend of love and resilience. The villagers left the mansion that night with a renewed sense of community and connection. They knew that Grimalkin's spirit would always be with them, a guardian of their history and a symbol of enduring love. In the years that followed, Elderton continued to thrive, its people united by the story of Grimalkin and Lila. The mansion remained a cherished landmark, a place where the past and present coexisted in harmony. Clara, Emily, Tom, and Snowdrop often visited the mansion, keeping its spirit alive with their presence. They tended to the garden, restored old furniture, and welcomed visitors with open arms. Grimalkin's legacy lived on in the hearts of those who loved him. His story, filled with moments of humor, sadness, and profound connection, became a timeless tale that inspired generations. On quiet nights, when the moon was full and the village was still, some claimed to see a ghostly cat prowling the mansion's halls. They said it was Grimalkin, watching over his beloved home and the people who had become his family. And so, the story of Grimalkin the ghostly cat continued to echo through the village of Elderton. It was a story of love that transcended time, of laughter that brightened the darkest nights, and of a bond that could never be broken.